Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, it is time for my Week 2 NFL picks. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I got the majority of my last picks correct, especially that Bills one. Everybody thought I was crazy for picking the Bills, but now look where we sit. Anyway, if you disagree with anything I say, please let me know down in the comments. I'll respect you guys' opinion. I want to hear you guys' opinion about everything. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video and let's predict Week 2 of the NFL. Alrighty, to start off the video, we are going to start off with Thursday Night Football, which is the Packers versus the Commanders, and I'm going to go with the Packers to win this 26-21. This will be a close game, but I just think what we saw from Green Bay last game, especially against the Lions, it's going to be really tough for Washington to stop this Packers offense. Like, if the Lions can't do it, then why should the Commanders be able to do it? The Commanders overall did not look that great versus the Giants. The reason they won was because it was the Giants. They barely had to do anything. Russell Wilson was horrible. So for those reasons, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Packers to win this game. And now we got the Cowboys versus the Giants, and the Cowboys are winning this, I think, I should say 31-14, in my opinion. The Giants just do not look like a good football team at all. It's only a matter of time before, Jackson Dart takes over. But what we saw from the Cowboys, especially against us, they don't look like a bad football team at all. I mean, Dak's got to play a little bit better, but they do not look like a terrible football team at all whatsoever. If anything, they looked good. They looked way better than the Giants. And the Cowboys defense, what they were able to do against our offense, which is not much, but still, it's going to only take a little wiggle of a finger to beat the Giants. So, Cowboys are winning this game. And now we got the Steelers versus the Seahawks, and shockingly, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Seahawks to win this game, just because I feel like when you look at the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, nobody was expecting him to do this good. Now the Seahawks might be expecting, they're going to have a game plan for Aaron Rodgers. They're going to have a game plan for DK Metcalf. And I don't think, as of this moment, the Jets' defense is as good as the Seahawks right now, because the Seahawks were able to hold the 49ers offense to only 17 points, which leaves me to eventually believe that it will be enough to stop the Steelers offense right now. When it comes to the Seahawks offense, I don't think what we saw from Sam Darnold is the full Sam Darnold. I think he will be able to progress and move enough in the pocket, and especially with how the Steelers defense really looked against the Jets offense, I am led to believe that the Seahawks are going to come out with a narrow victory, 20-17. Alright, now here's a game that I'm not going to spend too much time on. We got the Rams and the Titans, and plain and simple, the Rams are winning this 26-10. The Titans team just sucks, dude. It's not good. The Rams were able to pulverize the Texans defense, so I can only imagine what they're going to do to the Titans defense. And defensively for the Rams, I can only imagine what they're going to do to the Titans offense, especially with how good Cam Ward looked, but how terrible his weapons were. The Rams are going to win this game pretty handily too. And now we got the Bills versus the Jets, and the Bills really should win this 37-17. I'm led to believe that the Bills are going to be Super Bowl contenders. I'm sure everybody is led to believe the Bills are going to be Super Bowl contenders after that last game against the Ravens. And the Jets did not look bad against the Steelers. No, in no way, shape, or form did they look bad. But I just think that's the Steelers. If they lose to the Steelers, then I can only imagine what the Bills are going to do. If Aaron Rodgers can throw for 4+ touchdowns, then, again, Josh Allen is going to be on a freaking tear this game. The Bills are not losing this. And now we got the Dolphins versus the Patriots, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the Patriots to win this game. The Dolphins, as everybody knows, looked absolutely horrible last year. They were awful. They looked like the worst team in football, especially since, Tua Tagovailoa is not good. They are a poorly ran team. The Patriots are a very good ran team. They looked solid in the passing game. If they could just get that running game going a little bit, then the Patriots should have no problem winning this game. I'm going to say 25-10. And now we got the Jaguars versus the Bengals. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Bengals to win this game in a close one. It's going to be 24-21. And I'm led to believe the Bengals only scoring 17 points last game was a fluke. I don't think they're going to be that team the entire week, the entire year even. I think the Jaguars... we're facing the Panthers, which is really good, but I don't think Trevor Lawrence looked like where he needed to be. But the Bengals, however, are facing a much worse defense than the Browns, and that's the Jaguars. So I'm led to believe that they are going to progress more when it comes to passing the ball. They're not going to run the ball as much. The Bengals will win this game, like I said, the score, but the Jaguars will, in fact, make it close. And now we got the 49ers versus the Saints. And as you all know, Brock Purdy is out to 2 to 5 weeks with turf toe. So surprisingly, I'm going to go with the Saints to win this game. I do not believe in the 49ers at all this year, especially with the loss of Kittle. Brandon Ayuk's a no-show. Brock Purdy's going to be a no-show. This should be, honestly, a walk in the park for the Saints because the 49ers team, their whole team is injured. What do you expect them to do? It's going to be close, though. It's going to be 16 to, I think, 10. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Now we got the Ravens versus the Browns, and the Ravens should absolutely murder the Browns. It should be 38-7, honestly. I am picking an absolute blowout. I'm not afraid to. The Browns are a horrible team. Ravens looked like one of the best teams in the league last week. They could do that against the Bills. I can only imagine what they're going to do versus the Browns, and they are going to absolutely pummel the Browns. Now we got the Lions versus the Bears, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions to win this game, but it's going to be close. It's going to be 21-15, and I honestly think the Bears are going to give the Lions a real run for their money. I just have a strong feeling that the Bears did not look bad at all versus the Vikings. I'm going to say that now. Caleb Williams looked like a totally different quarterback under Ben Johnson. But the Lions, though, I just feel will have a harder time without Micah Parsons, trying to sack them every single time. I just feel Jared Goff will be under less pressure. He will be less tense with the ball. Jahmyr Gibbs will have a better game this game. The Lions will win a close one, though. Now we got the Broncos versus the Colts, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the Broncos to win this one. It's going to be 22-16, honestly. I just feel like the Colts win last week was a fluke. I mean, they faced the Dolphins secondary. They have no corners and an old safety in Micah Fitzpatrick. The Broncos, though, are just the better team. They're a much better ran team than the Colts. And again, last week for the Colts was a fluke. I'm fully led to believe that, Daniel Jones did this last year. He had a strong first couple weeks, but then completely collapsed and looked like the Daniel Jones we all know. And the Broncos are not losing this game. This game is going to make my eyes fall out of its sockets because it's going to be so bad. Now we got the Cardinals versus the Panthers, and I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win a close one. It's going to be 25-20. It's going to be close. I think the Panthers are going to look much better. I think what the Panthers performance last week, they're going to be hungrier. Bryce is going to make more decisions. And if you look at Bryce's final stat line, it doesn't really look all that bad. But he still was very inefficient. The Cardinals, however, they barely snook by the Saints, which leads me to believe that this will be a closer game. Bryce Young will make better decisions, but the Cardinals' offense is going to be still a little too strong because that Panthers defense still is not fixed. So the Cardinals are winning this game. And now we got the Eagles versus the Chiefs, and obviously everyone knows I'm going to pick the Birds to win this one. It's going to be 34-24. I just do not think the Chiefs are going to be that good of a football team this year. I really don't. For one, they have no receivers. Two, the Eagles are going to get Jalen Carter back. And three, just the Chiefs in general are falling apart. They're arguing with each other in the huddles. No one's being a leader out there. Patrick Mahomes is regressing in so many ways. The Eagles last week, their offense looked great. If we could just pass the ball more, A.J. Brown's going to be fully healthy for this game. If we just pass the ball more, then the Eagles are not losing this game. And now we got the Vikings versus the Falcons, and shockingly, I'm going to pick the Falcons to win this one. It's going to be 31-24. It's going to be a very entertaining game. Michael Penix Jr., as you know, I said in the podcast, said in my last video, I apologize to Michael Penix. I was not aware with this game. He can ball out. He's going to be a gunslinger. The Bears last game were able to cook the Vikings defense with as good as the Falcons looked against the Buccaneers defense. I'm led to believe that Michael Penix Jr. is going to throw the ball a lot this game. I just have a strong feeling. They looked great. Falcons Falcons are going to be so much better than I thought, man. I clowned on the Falcons so much. Bijan Robinson is going to have a much better running game, and the Falcons will win this game. No knock against the Vikings, but I am a Falcons fan now. I am a Falcons believer now. Now we got the Buccaneers versus the Texans, and the Buccaneers should win this game pretty handily. It should be, 21-10. I don't believe in the Texans this year. I don't believe that offensive line is going to be good at all. I don't think their offense, with as many injuries as they have, is going to be that good. The Buccaneers offense has the ability to get through any game, especially, with how good they looked against the Falcons. Baker Mayfield is going to be on a tear this game. The Texans offense is not going to be able to do anything because CJ Stroud will be under pressure the entire freaking game. So, for those reasons, I'm picking the Buccaneers. And it's sad to say because I really believed in the Texans. And finally, we got Monday Night Football, which is the Chargers versus the Raiders. This is going to be a good game, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the Chargers to win this 23-20. It's going to be by a field goal. Both offenses looked absolutely great. The Raiders are going to be a bunch of gunslingers. I'm expecting Ashton Genty to be fully ready and more prepared. But however, I do expect the Chargers to run around like wild man again. Justin Herbert will have another great performance. And Marion Hampton, I'm going to assume that they're going to get him more involved. They're going to throw to Ladd McConkey a lot more. Just the Raiders will be outcoached. And for those reasons, I think the Chargers are going to win this game. It's going to be close, though, because these two teams are going to make you earn every single game. And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for my Week 2 NFL predictions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you didn't get too mad at me. So without further ado, I'll see y'all guys the next time I upload. Peace.